Namaste and very good morning to all of you. This is your Satish Guruji connecting you through this video. Dear students, I hope all of you are safe. Stay home, stay safe. Physically, you are in a very safe place. Your house is a very safe place. Outside, it is danger. You know how corona is spreading and killing the people. So, your house is a safe place. Stay home and be safe. Physically you are in a safe place, I can understand, but mentally you are feeling like you are in a jail because from last 1.5 months you have not stepped out of your house. Normally we used to spend the holidays by visiting to our relatives house, grandmother's house, by playing with our friends in ground, and by going out for a short tour or trip. Okay, we used to enjoy like these kind of activities, but now we are missing all of these, so we cannot go out of our house. So mentally, psychologically, you are suffering, you are not that much comfortable. Students, you need not to suffer. There are activities which are much better than those, like visiting to your relatives house, going out and playing the games. So there are activities which you can do in your house itself without stepping out safely. For example, reading books. It's a very good habit. At this point, I would like to share a great moment of legendary people. So one of the legendary people is Nelson Mandela. I hope you have heard in history this person's name. Nelson Mandela was a first black president of South Africa. I'm using the word black. See, before 1994, he became the president of South Africa in 1994 up to 1995. Before 1994, there was a discrimination. In South Africa, there were two types of people, two kinds, black people and white people. So the black people domination was there. They treated this black people, white people treated the black people as slaves. The government has made two different rules for black people and white people. During that time, there was a lot of discrimination. The black people were treated like as slaves. Then Nelson Mandela was a black. He started protesting the government. He started a non-violence movement against the government. The government had put him in a jail. That jail is of very small in dimension. The length of the jail was only 6.5 meter and the width is only 5.4 meter. He was in that jail for 18 years. Imagine, students, it's not a small duration of time. 18 years he stayed in that jail. And if you ask how did he spend 18 years in that small jail, he developed the habit of reading books. He read n number of books in the jail, and he converted that curse of lockdown into a boon of getting a knowledge and learning new things by reading different books. Similarly, students, it is applicable to all of us. Though you are in the lockdown, okay, because of the corona, you need not to suffer. You can develop the reading habit, read good books, learn some new things, ask questions to your teachers, okay, get the answers. So convert this curse of lockdown into a wonderful learning experience. I would like to share one more incident of the great legendary scientist Sir Isaac Newton. All of you have heard about the Sir Isaac Newton. See, when he was doing research in the Trinity College, Cambridge University in London, was a student there. He was doing research. Like Corona, during that time in India, in England, a flu called plague attacked the whole city of London. It is also a flu, like Corona, how it is spreading. That flu was spreading everywhere. Then the government decided to lock down the city, London city. So Sir Isaac Newton came back to his farmhouse, which is 60 miles away from his from the Trinity College. It's a safer place. Then he never stopped his research work in his farmhouse. He never kept quiet. He continued his studies, research work. You know, in these 2 years, that is 1665 and 1666, 2 years of lockdown it was. It's a very big time. He completed 75% of its total research work. Students, Newton has invented calculus. Calculus is a branch of mathematics. You ask your mathematics teacher. It's a very important branch of mathematics. He invented during lockdown period when he was in the house, those 2 years. Then what else he invented? 3 laws of motion. You are going to learn next year. And the important law of gravitation. And then last year you have studied light consists of 7 colors. So who invented this fact? That is Newton. So all these inventions he completed during this lockdown period. He started thinking simply, imagining, and doing smaller experiments in house. So he came with a wonderful result, legendary inventions. So similarly, students, so you need not to suffer this lockdown period. Start thinking, start learning, okay, reading books. You can do small experiments in the house. Okay, students, I'm taking physics. So in physics, the first lesson is force and pressure. Okay, so I will open slides here so that you can see the slides. Fine. The first lesson is force and pressure. Fine. Last year you have studied about a motion lesson, motion and time. What is motion? Motion is the movement of an object, change of position of an object from one place to another place. Fine. We'll take some of our day-to-day life experiences of motion. Imagine a football kept in the ground. What do you do to make the football move? What do you do to make the football move? So what we do, we hit the ball, or we push the ball, or we throw the ball. So these are different actions we do. So these are actions. You know that hitting is an action, throwing is an action, pushing is an action. So hitting is different from pushing, little bit. Okay, there is a difference. Again, throwing is different. To make this ball move either by hitting or pushing or throwing. Fine. Next, how does a goalkeeper stop the ball in the game of football? By holding the ball or catching the ball. So again, I'm using the actions. So you remember these words I am using, that these are actions. Remember these actions. Here I am using the action catching. So by catching the ball, even in a game of cricket, the fielder catches the ball to stop it. Fine. How a hockey player changes the direction of the moving ball? By flicking. I'm using the word action flicking. Okay, you might have heard this word flicking in cricket commentary. The batsman flick the ball towards the boundary. Okay, so the ball is directed towards the boundary. So flicking. Fine. So you can take any game like this. We do many actions. Even in our day-to-day life, we do many actions. So I'm using the words hitting, pushing, throwing, flicking, catching. All these are name of the actions we do in our day-to-day life. Fine. In all these situations, what we did on the ball. See, in all these situations, the ball is made to move in the first action, throwing, pushing, kicking. Okay. We made that ball to move from rest. Again, what we did, what else we did? Move faster. So if the ball is moving in the game of hockey, the hockey player, in order to send the ball faster towards the goal, will kick the ball, that is, will hit the ball in the same direction as its motion, little bit harder. So that the ball, hockey ball, moves faster. Or what we have made, we have made the ball to move slower, or the ball to come to rest, or change its direction of motion. All these things we have done on the ball. So what we did then, we often say a force has been applied on the ball when it is kicked, when it is pushed, or when it is thrown, or when it is flicked. In our day-to-day life, what we say, what is that word we use? We often use this word, that is, a force has been applied. See, this word force is important. Okay, force has been applied. In physics we use. In our day-to-day life, we use different names of the actions. So throwing, pushing, pulling, hitting. Okay, but in physics we use the word force. Fine. Then what is force? So we are going to define force. What is force? What it can do to the bodies on which it is applied. What are all the effects of force? When force is applied on the body, what happens to the body? What changes are taking place? All these things we are going to learn in this lesson. That is the content of this lesson. So what is the lesson name? Force and pressure. So the content of this lesson, I will brief it. First, we are going to study a push or pull of an object. It's not of an object, on an object. On an object is known as force. So we are going to define what is force first. Next, the next subtopic is the interaction between the two objects arises force. In order to see the force, there must be two objects. You take any situation. When you are kicking a football and you, both are required. When a hockey player flicking the ball, hockey stick and the hockey ball. So I will come to that little later. Next, Force has both magnitude and direction. The strength of a force is expressed in magnitude. Next, finding the total force exerted on an object. Then effects of force. Then types of forces, definition and explanation. The next one is, last one is pressure. In that, fluid pressure and atmospheric pressure. So that is liquid pressure and atmospheric pressure. These are the subtopics of this lesson. Okay. So first we'll take the first concept, that is, what is force? What is force? Already we have defined. A push or pull on an object is known as force. We'll see what is push and what is pull. Okay. What is push? See, in this diagram, a boy is pushing a trolley. Boy is pushing a trolley. So the trolley is moving away from his body. Whenever we exert this pushing force, the body object always moves away. Okay. So we'll take another example. He is lifting his body. I'm in different examples, I'm using different words, different names of the action. Listen carefully. So lifting. So I'm not using the same word pushing. Lifting his body against the ground by exerting a force. Okay, next, punching or hitting, you can say. Punching. So what actually is doing is punching. So in punching also, I am moving the object. I'm exerting a force on the object so that the object is moving away from my body. Here is exerting force on the wall so that the bricks which are coming out of the wall are moving away from your body, the body of that person. You can see here. Next, rowing a boat. Here I'm using the action rowing. Here in the previous one, punching. See what actually that boy is doing is pushing the water back. So when he's pushing the water back, is exerting a force on the water, and water is moving backward away from the body of that student, that boy. Next, flicking the ball. What is a batsman is doing in flicking the ball? Is exerting a force on the ball, and ball is moving away from his body. Next, hitting. The ball is hit by the boy. So the ball is flying away from his body. So this person is pushing the door. Is pushing the door in order to close the door. Closing. I'm using the action in this case, closing. I can close the door, I can close the window by pushing. So in each example, I'm using the different actions, names of the actions. Here I'm using lowering. Lowering means, boys, lowering means, see something I'm taking down gradually. That is called lowering. Say I have a metal ball or a plastic ball. I'm taking it simply downward. That is called lowering. A bucket to lift the water from the well. First, I have to leave it down. That is called lowering. So in lowering, what happens? The object moves away from my body. So that also comes under, okay, push. Because in pushing, what happens? When you are pushing, object always moves away from your body. Okay. Even when you are catching, this is catching, stopping or catching. So catching the ball, so you are moving, actually you are moving the object, a football, whatever it is, away from your body. So again, flying a paper flight or flying anything. So You are applying the force on the paper flight, and flight is moving away from your body. Again, throwing. This is throwing. Hitting is over. Throwing, flying. See, in all these actions, I took many examples here. You can see all these. So force is exerted on the object and the object is moving away from your body. That is called push. That is called push. All these actions are classified into two categories. That is, one is push or another one is pull. You take any actions. You name any action. Say kicking. Kicking, what actually we are doing in kicking? So we are exerting force. The object is moving away from your body. That comes under push. So again, hitting. Even when you are hitting, the ball is moving away from your body. That comes under push. When you are throwing, so again it comes under push. So how can we define the push? Push is a force. Push is what? Push is a force. It's a pull. Push is a force. Yeah. Push is the force that moves an object away from something. That something can be your body. Okay. If you are exerting the force. If you are exerting the force, that something is you only. A push is the force that moves the object away from your body. So all these are examples. Now we will see another kind of force, that is pull. The pull. Yeah. Yes. What is pull? Pull is always opposite to push. So pull is also a force, okay, which bring the object closer to your body. Suppose you are pulling the door. To open the door, you are pulling the door. So when you are pulling it, the door is coming towards your body. Then this man is pulling something here. So when he is pulling, the object actually moves towards his body. Then the boy is pulling the cow is pulling the boy. So again, two girls are playing. So they are pulling each other. Again, this person is lifting the water from the well. He is lifting. I'm using a different word here. Lifting. Lifting also comes under pull, because when he lift the bucket of water, the bucket of water is coming towards his body. From the well, it is gradually coming towards his body. That is called pull. So whenever you are doing an action in which force is exerted and the object is coming towards your body, that is called pull. So here she is closing the door by pulling, so that the door is coming to her, towards her body. Next, picking. So I am using the word picking here, action picking. Students, please remember these actions. I'm using different actions here. Picking is an action, lifting is an action, lowering is an action, throwing is an action, shutting is an action, opening, closing, okay, flicking, all these are actions. Either they comes under push or pull. Okay. So next, I'm defining the push here. A push or pull of an object is known as force. Okay. Next, a push and a pull are always opposite forces, meaning they move objects in different directions. Okay. Okay, students. I hope you have understood what is push and what is pull. You do one thing, you group different, that is, you write down the different actions we do in our day-to-day life. Okay. It is even given in the textbook in the first page of that lesson. I hope all of you have downloaded that textbook. If you don't have the textbook, so in your mobile phone, there is an app called ePathshala. So if that app is not there, you can go to the Play Store and download the app. So once you download the app, it will open the textbooks of CBSE. You select the class, select the medium, then select the subject. You can download the textbook. So open that first page of that lesson, force and pressure. So whatever I have explained, all these uh, points are given in the textbook. You can just go through it. And first, what we have to do is make a list of different actions we do. Then you have to uh, okay, separate them as push or pull. Which actions comes under push and which are the actions comes under pull. So if in an action object is moving away from your body, that is called push. If in an action the object is moving towards your body, that is called pull. So easily you can uh, classify all these actions either as push or pull. And one more assignment I am giving through this, that is in the textbook. It is the lesson, the first activity. So page number 2, activity number 11.1. There is a table given. So in this table, what is there? See, in the first column, there is a serial number. In the second column, description of the situation. So description of the different situations which we go through in our day-to-day life, that is given. Moving a book placed on a table, a simple situation is given. See, for example, in the next column, what is given is we have to name the action. To move a book, what are the actions we do? Imagine you have a table. On that table, book is placed, book is kept. So what we do to move that book? See, you can move that book either by pushing also you can move. By pulling also you can move, or lifting. So you can lift it on the table, you can lift it. You can push it, you can pull it, or you can lift it. Is there any other actions we can do to move the book? No. So maximum you can do these three things. Of course, you cannot hit the book. Okay, fine. So again, hitting comes under pushing only. So fine. At last, at the end, what you supposed to do is whether these actions comes under the group push or pull. You have to mark it properly. Say these three actions. See, pushing comes under push, pulling comes under push, pull. Okay, so I have written yes on both, under both push and pull, because these actions are coming under both push and pull. What about lifting? When you are lifting, you are moving the object away from your body, so it is comes under push. Okay, next, similarly, the second one, I will help you to solve this second one. So remaining we have to do opening or shutting a door. How can you open or shutting a door? Shut the door. See, by closing, you can shut the door. By opening, you can open the door. By hitting also, sometimes we open the or close the door. We close. Then by pushing, by pulling, you can write all this. Pushing, you can write. Pulling, you can write. Then closing, okay. Opening, you can write. Then hitting also you can write. So again, it is coming under both push and pull. Drawing a bucket of water from a well. As I already explained, the drawing, you are drawing a bucket of water, lifting. So how can you draw? By lifting you can, by pulling you can. So here you can write two words, pulling and lifting. So pulling and lifting comes only under pull, because you are lifting the bucket of water, the bucket is coming towards your body, so it comes only under pull, not under push. So be careful. So you do the remaining four, fill up this, and keep a separate notebook for physics. Separate notebook. In that notebook you write this activity and today's notes. See this video carefully and write down your points, and even go through the textbook content. First 2 pages, write down the important points. I hope you have understood this video, that is content of this video. So if you have any doubts, you can mail to my Gmail. I will give the Gmail in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So thank you, students. So